Hello, sweetheart. I'm going to read you a beautiful story so you can feel warm and cozy under your blankets. If you want, you can set your phone or tablet aside and let your imagination spark to life. The Little Wagon on Maple Path Road. Along a quiet country lane called Maple Path Road, where tall maple trees lined the sides like friendly giants, there was a small red wagon that everyone in the village simply called Little Wagon. Little Wagon wasn't magical. It didn't fly, it didn't talk, it didn't sparkle in the sun. But it was special, very special, because it had been around for many, many years, carrying all sorts of cozy things. Warm blankets in the winter, picnic baskets in the summer, apples in the fall, and sometimes even sleepy kittens who needed a gentle ride. Little Wagon lived in a small wooden shed beside a cottage where a child named Eva lived with her grandparents. Eva loved Little Wagon more than any toy in the world. Every morning, she pushed it outside, dusted off its wooden sides, and took it with her as she explored Maple Path Road. One soft, golden morning, Eva opened the shed door and saw Little Wagon waiting for her as always. The sunlight made its red paint glow, and a few tiny maple leaves rested inside it like colorful confetti. "Good morning, Little Wagon," Eva said, giving it a gentle tap. Little Wagon didn't answer, of course, but if it could talk, it would have said good morning back. Eva decided it was the perfect day for a quiet stroll. The sun was warm but not too bright. Birds were singing gentle songs from the branches. A slow, comfortable breeze drifted down the lane, carrying the scent of maple leaves and warm grass. Eva placed a soft blanket inside Little Wagon, added her water bottle and her favorite book, and then began walking slowly down Maple Path Road. The wheels of the wagon rolled smoothly over the path. Crunch, crunch. Dry leaves rustled under the wheels in a soft, cozy rhythm. As Eva walked, she noticed the sunlight dancing through the leaves above her. It made little patterns of the ground, tiny golden circles that flickered as the branches swayed in the wind. She followed them with her eyes, feeling warm and light inside. Little Wagon rolled gently behind her, happy to be out for another peaceful adventure. Soon, Eva reached her favorite spot, a small clearing where the grass was soft and thick like a natural carpet. A few buttercups swayed in the breeze, their petals shining like drops of sunshine. She spread the blanket over the grass and sat down quietly. Little Wagon stayed beside her as if keeping her company. Eva opened her book, but after reading just one page, her eyes drifted toward the tall maple trees nearby. Their branches swayed slowly, making a comforting, whispering sound. Shh, shh, shh. It almost sounded like they were humming a lullaby. Eva placed her book on her lap and leaned back on her hands. A little squirrel scampered down one of the trees, stopping to stare at her curiously. Its tiny paws twitched, its fluffy tail curled neatly over its back. "Hello, little one," Eva said softly. The squirrel blinked at her, then hopped closer to sniff at the wheels of Little Wagon. Then, apparently satisfied, it curled up beneath a patch of leaves to rest. A pair of butterflies drifted past, moving as slowly as floating petals. Their wings opened and closed in a peaceful rhythm as they danced around each other before landing on a nearby flower. Everything in the clearing felt calm, steady, safe. Eva lay down fully on the blanket and looked up at the sky. A cloud shaped like a sheep drifted lazily across the blue, then a cloud shaped like a boat, then one shaped like a little puffball. Little Wagon rested quietly beside her. The breeze rocked its handle gently, back and forth, like a cradle. Eva closed her eyes for a moment. She breathed in deeply. The air smelled like sunshine and trees. She felt warm. She felt cozy. She felt so very still. After a few minutes, she sat up and said, "Let's keep walking, Little Wagon." The wagon squeaked softly as she took hold of its handle. They continued down Maple Path Road, exploring every calm corner. They watched a snail make its slow journey across the path. They listened to crickets playing their soft daytime songs. They saw a patch of moss that looked so fluffy, Eva had to sit on it just to see what it felt like. It felt like sitting on a warm, soft pillow. Eventually, the sun began dipping lower, turning the sky a shade of gentle peach. Eva turned around and began walking home, Little Wagon rolling happily behind her. Crunch, crunch. The leaves whispered goodbye under its wheels. When she reached the cottage, she tucked little Wagon safely back inside the wooden shed. "Thank you for the calm day," she whispered. If little Wagon could have spoken, it would have said any time. Eva went inside, feeling peaceful, sleepy, and full of warm thoughts, and little Wagon rested in its shed, proud to have carried her through another gentle, quiet adventure on Maple Path Road. Good night, sweetheart.